Welcome back to another Digimon Beatbreak breakdown.
So spoiler alert as we go into
Episode 2, Glowing Dawn.
The episode starts with Reina and Wolvermon rushing to the scene of where Tomoro was attacked by the hyena Digimon, finding Tomoro's brother Asuka's body, claiming that they were too late to save him. Makoto finds Tomoro right as he gets swallowed by Gekomon and witnessing some surge of power before making the hyena Digimon question what that tongue do though. Reina and Makoto stand sidelined watching the one-sided battle as Makoto says they won't last if they keep using Tomoro's E-pulse like that. Tomoro starts showing signs of fatigue and suddenly gets flanked by the scarred hyena, pinning him to the ground. Then Reina and Makoto step into the fight to ask which one of the hyena Digimon stole Asuka's E-pulse. The scarred hyena says he doesn't remember the names of his meals, but the other hyena says that he remembers each one, including Tomoro's classmate Hitomi, the girl who fell victim to cold heart, which Tomoro feels responsible for. The hyenas admit that they were looking for the source of the scent from Hitomi's Sapotama, which led them to Tomoro, and they only ate Hitomi because she had Tomoro's scent on her. Glowing Dawn steps in to save Tomoro and Gekomon, but then one of the hyenas begin digivolving. However, before it can evolve, a mysterious Sun Wukong-looking Digimon Kalima's the hyena, ripping the Sapotama out of its chest and deleting the Digimon. Makoto can't read any information on his scouter about the new threat because of denied access. Trying to protect Tomoro, Gekomon attacks the Digimon, but Kyo, the third-party member of the Glowing Dawn, intercepts the attack and requests the Digimon return Asuka's Sapotama and demands to speak with the manager of the giant monkey. The monkey Digimon refuses, Murasamamon tries to sneak attack it, and fails as the monkey escapes through a similar rift we saw Murasamamon travel through in the grave. We are once again thrown into an Infinity Castle flashback as Tomoro remembers celebrating his birthday with his brother and parents. Tomoro wakes up and finds himself in every kid's dream playhouse with the members of the Glowing Dawn and realizes that the events from last night in fact did occur. The team makes their introductions as a cleaner team that handles the heinous Digimon incidents that are happening unknown to the world. In this world, Digimon are monsters that are born from an error in Sapotamas, and it's the cleaner's job to deal with the crimes they commit to earn bounties. Kyo reveals that Asuka had contacted them to ask if they would look after Tomoro. At breakfast, we have another Infinity Castle flashback of Tomoro and Asuka eating a meal. That's it. The Glowing Dawn begin the roast of Tomoro Tenma, and then Tomoro refuses to eat after his brother has just died. Kyo informs Tomoro that Asuka isn't dead and is actually being held in a special wing at the World Union General Hospital. They go deeper into the topic of Digimon and how the World Union tries to keep secret the fact that they're born from Sapotama errors, and that Digimon are also behind the cold heart incidents happening all over. Kyomoro finally get to the special wing where they find Asuka, bedridden in a cold and vegetative state. Kyo assures Tomoro that there's still hope to save his brother by finding the Sapotama that contains Asuka's E-pulse, which was taken by Black Wukong. He invites Tomoro to join the Glowing Dawn in order to pick up leads to finding Asuka's Sapotama. We then find Tomoro pouting in his home, longing for his family until Gekomon tracks him down and cock-blocks the pity party to ask Tomoro to feed it more of his E-pulse. Tomoro says, "I'm not your mother." Gekomon says, "You literally gave birth to me." Tomoro says, "I gotta get milk at the store." Just then, the two are ambushed by another group of cleaners called the Kinoko Gang and their Mushroomon partners. We get a quick lesson on what happens when a Sapotama spawns a Digimon. When a Sapotama malfunctions, it spawns a Digimon. The Ministry of Civil Protection will immediately contact you. Citizens are expected to report the incident, turn your Sapotama, and have it replaced with a new one. However, if someone ignores the ministry, a bounty is placed and intel is sent to the cleaners, and both Gekomon and Tomoro are now wanted for dodging the government. The gang attacks Tomoro and Gekomon. Tomoro reluctantly saves Gekomon and escapes. Gekomon tells Tomoro he's a lame ass for running away from a fight. Gekomon requests one more time that Tomoro lends him some of his E-pulse to fight the pursuing cleaners. Tomoro charges the Tamagotchi with his QR code once again, supercharging Gekomon, now having the two Mushroomon asking what that tongue do. Gekomon gets COVID-19 from Chamblemon, draining him of his energy. Just then, Kirotmon and Wolvermon swoop in to save the little drummer boy and the Knot Lizard. The Kinoko Gang realize that they are unknowingly fighting the Glowing Dawn cleaners and apologize for the misunderstanding before running off to bully another cheap bounty. Reina confirms that because Tomoro missed the ministry's call, he's now wanted. So more cleaners will be coming after him, and the only way to lose the bounty is to become a cleaner. The group heads back to the Glowing Dawn headquarters. Kyo reminds Tomoro that he needs to eat in order to be strong enough to save his brother from being a bag of frozen brucotti. And then the group shares a plate of biscotti. And that has been your recap of episode 2 of Digimon Beatbreak.
I like this episode. I thought it was a smooth and quick intro to the world that the characters are living in, and it gave us a crash course to the current plot, being that Tomoro is now wanted by the government, and in order to avoid that, he has to become a cleaner. But in doing so, he'll also be able to track down Asuka's Sapotama to save him. I really like the concept of Digimon being born from Sapotamas as a malfunction, and the government trying to conceal that truth by hiring cleaners to collect the Digimon. So it's kind of giving a modified Tamers concept. So with that being said, I want to know what happens to people when they don't report their Sapotamas malfunctioning. They said that the cleaners will catch them too for a bounty. So I want to know where they go after that and what happens to people and Digimon when they're caught. I also want to know how Kyo and Asuka know each other, because you would think that Tomoro would know his older brother's friends, right? Could they be old classmates? Could they be old roommates? Could they be lovers? Could they be old rivals? I need to know the answers. I think my final question from this is, how are people getting the QR codes? Do they somehow have to get it installed once they get their Sapotamas? And when do people get their Sapotamas? Is there like an age restriction, or is it like at birth you're just given a Sapotama and it helps raise you, or something. I don't know. So questions for all of you. First question, who's your favorite Digimon so far? Mine is Cougarmon, hands down. Forget about Derpy Tiger. Question 2, How do you all feel about Kyo? He is so cool, but something about him is giving me weird vibes. Question 3, what do you guys think about the Sapotamas? I completely get that the Digimon need to absorb the E-pulse by digesting the Sapotama and getting it that way. Sure, it makes sense. I guess that's how they get their energy. I just don't like that we keep having to feed it to them. I don't like the fact that you keep having to feed this Digimon your mobile device and then you're just left with a damp phone. So is that really what we're gonna have to do this whole time? It's kind of gross. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Do you have any other thoughts? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you again for a Digimon Beatbreak breakdown.